Do you remember when we worked on repeating decimals? We're doing it again. You are performing long division with these fractions, and you are going to keep dividing until you know exactly what's repeating. Your first example is this one. 1 divided by 11. You end up with 0.090909. Since the 09 is what's repeating, you put a line over the 09. We'll do numbers 4 and 7 together. Keep in mind, it's not always the first digit that repeats. Sometimes it might start with the second or the third digit that you get the repetition. So be really careful when you start making decisions on what you got to put the line over. 4 divided by 15. "15 does not go into 4, but I'm dividing this out all the way. Well, no, it's going to be a repeating decimal. I'm going to divide it out until I know what's repeating. There you go. So, stick a decimal here and a 0. 15 goes into 40 2 times. Goes into 30 2 times. Now I'll subtract. Bring down a 0, another 0. 100, oh goodness, okay, 50 goes into 60, and then 75, and then 90, okay. 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 6 times. Let me say 6 times 5 is 30, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's right. Boom. 90, 100 minus 90 is 10. So I will do another 0. 15 goes into 100. I know, 6 times. I've done this before. 6 times 15 is 90. Subtract, you get a remainder of 10. Bring down the other 0. 15 goes into 100 6 times. I think I know what's repeating. It's going to be the 6. So let me put my decimal up here. So I have 0.2 with 6 repeating. So I put a line over it just like that. Notice, by the way, at all the space they've given you for 1/7, let me give you a hint. There's a reason for that. Just keep that in mind. I almost did that one with you, but then I decided that that would be a really good challenge that you could handle. So I'm going to let you do that one. 13 divided by 33. "33 does not go into 13. I'll put my decimal there so I can start adding my zeros. 33 goes into 130. Oh, let's see, 99. It's either 3 or 4 times. I'm gonna say, let's try 4. Let me. 33 times 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 12, 13. 132. Oh, it's too big, barely too big. All right, so it's not 4, it's gotta be 3. All right, 3 times 33 is 99. That's gonna require some regrouping. So this becomes 10, this becomes 2, 12, this becomes 0. So that would be 31. Stick another 0 up here. Bring it down. Now I have 310. Wow, I'm going to guess 3 times 10 is 330. I really think it's 9. I'm pretty sure it's 9. I'm going to try first. 33 times 9. Nine times 3 is 27. 9 times 3 is 27, 28, 29. 297. Oh, I made it. Yes, yes, yes. I did it. Okay. 297. That was 9 times. Nothing repeating yet. All right. So 10. So that would be 3, 13. Wait a minute. I think I remember a 13. So stick another 0 up here. I'm going to need to extend this. Bring it down. 33 goes into 130. Ha, 3 times. I knew I recognized that 3. 3 times 33 is 99. And I know that 130 minus 99 is 31. Bring down the 0. 33 goes into 310 9 times. I got it now. 9 times 33 is 297. I think we've established a pattern here. Bring my decimal up. And I've got 3939. So 39 is repeating. So 0 and 39 hundredths with the 3 and the 9 repeating. All right, so remember, this box is long for a reason. You will need it. Don't give up when it takes a while to find the digits that are repeating, because it's more than 2, might possibly be more than 3. It's definitely fewer than 10. There you go. On to page 9. This page, you are the teacher. You are going to check all of these and decide if the answers are correct. The first 2 are done for you. If it's correct, you can put a C. If it's wrong, you can put an X. The way they want you to check it is to multiply them out and see if your final answer is the dividend. And if it is, then you got it correct. Since this is working with decimals, my guess is those that are wrong, probably there are going to be a lot of them that are wrong because of the decimal placement. Hint, hint. Let's start with this one. Number 1, I will start with my quotient. 4.8 times 0.2. Remember, when you multiply decimals, You don't have to line up the decimals. I did. It worked out that way, but you don't have to. You do have to with addition and subtraction, absolutely. Multiplication, you don't. So 48 times 2. I'm ignoring the decimals now because they don't matter for this part. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Now, I have 1 digit, 2 digits to the right of the decimal. So I'm going to need 2 digits to the right of the decimal here. So that would give me 0.96. Let's see if that's what our dividend is. That's 9.6, whereas this is 0.96. They messed up with the decimal. Ha, just as I suspected. That one is wrong. Look over at number 2. $4.8 times 2, just 2 this time. Well, I multiplied all the same digits, so I know that's going to be 96. This time, though, I have 1 digit to the right. So my quotient, my answer should have 1 digit to the right. 9.6. And that is my dividend. They are the same. So number 2 is correct. What you'll do down at the bottom is write the problems that are correct and incorrect. They put their correct one up here. They put the incorrect one here. So that's what I'm going to do. The incorrect one was 9.6 divided by 0.2. So 9.6 divided by 0.2. And then my correct one is 9.6 divided by 2. There we go. So you can finish these 2 rows here and then finish filling in the correct and the incorrect problems. And finally, page 10. These division problems all have a decimal in the divisor. And remember, you cannot divide with the decimals in the divisor, so you've got to move them. So let's come here. You've got to move this decimal 1 place to make that to a whole number. So let's go and move it 1 place there too. So that your new division problem is 2 into 36.54. Just like that. I like to rewrite it after I move the decimals because I don't make nearly as many mistakes that way. Most people are the same. Let me go ahead and divide. 2 goes into 3 1 time. I wonder if I'm going to run out of room. Bring down the 6. 2 goes into 16 8 times. 16. Oh no, I'm going to run out of room. Bring down the 5. 2 goes into 5 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. I got this. I got it. 5 minus 4 is 1. Bring down that 4. 2 goes into 14 7 times. And I'm going to stop there because I know there's no remainder. Bring up the decimal. And I'll put the answer up on top. I get 18 and 27 hundredths. There you go. Now down here, this shows you a side-by-side comparison of 2 ways to think about moving the decimal. I prefer sort of a combination of both of these ways. I don't do either one just like this. You've got the method where you take your division and you turn it into fractions, to fraction form. And just like with equivalent fractions, if you have a decimal on the bottom, you multiply that denominator to get rid of the decimal. Just like fractions, whatever you do to the denominator, you have to also do to the top number, the numerator. So to get rid of the decimal, you multiply this by 10 and get 4. If you multiply this by 10, then you have to multiply this by 10. And that gives you 38.4 divided by 4. And then you rewrite it like this. 4 goes into 38 9 times. 9 times 4 is 36. Subtract 38 minus 36 is 2. Bring down the 4. 4 goes into 24 6 times. 6 times 4 is 24. Bring the decimal up. There we go. And this method, they already started. They just moved the decimal here and kept it this way. You just have to remember the decimal is here now. So 38 minus 36, I will finish this, is 2, and the 4. So you end up with the same. I prefer not to use this method because it's easy to get confused when you have lines down here, especially when you move the decimal 2, 3, 4, 5 places, which does happen, by the way. So I prefer a combination where you take this right here, you use this approach, and then you rewrite it to this, the same way we did it at the top. That's my preferred method. Obviously, you can choose yours, though I do strongly discourage you from solving it this way. I assure you, there will be more mistakes that way. I know, I grade a lot of papers. So go back and finish 8 and 9 and 10. Good night.